Hello, buddy. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful, blessed day. And today's subject is what is a leader? What is a leader? And so we'll get started here just in a minute. Mark Zuckerberg, please go out there and send to everyone. Robert's doing a video. I appreciate it. For those of you watching videos for the first time, you can check out roberthollis.com and get a copy of my free book called How Is That Working? So I see people jumping on. Hi, John. Nice to have you on here. I really, really, really appreciate you. This is going to be great. Hi, Matthew. Love you. Appreciate you. Hi, Bernie. Great afternoon. Thank you very much. And yeah, really excited about this. Hi, Melody. Love you, Melody. Hi, Carol. I tell everybody I love them. Hi, Carol. Love you, Lisa, Scott, the Reacher, Peter, Danielle, I still got to get your name right. You got to send me a private message and audio and say, this is how you say my name, because you're on here all the time. Hey, Arthur, how you doing? Appreciate you. And we'll get started just in a minute. Hobby, nice to have you on here. Andreen, nice to have you on here. And great, we're a little time after. We'll get started. So here we go. Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Hollis, and I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day, and this video finds you safe and happy. My title for today is, What is a Leader? What is a leader? And the reason I want to say that to each and every one of you is because, you know me, I always tell them my personal story, but a lot of people, it's difficult to be a leader, and it's difficult to find leaders if your definition of a leader is not correct. All right. So hi, Lewis. Hi, Margaret. I think I've seen Angela on here, Jim, Dustin, Kai, Pat. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate you, Debbie. I don't know if I missed anyone. So one of the things that I realize is I'm going to say to you a couple of statements. Hi, Sergio. Here's one statement. The definition of a leader is someone that has a group of people following them. And so if you don't have a large group of people following you, you're probably not a leader. You know, what was it? I forget the comedian that's Here's Your Sign, right? And I, as a human being, you know, when I first got involved in this industry, and even when I was an auto mechanic, you know, so there was times in my life where I looked at myself as a leader, as a definition of a leader that I know of today. I was definitely not a leader. And let me share some stuff with you, and then I'm going to share with you how to solve that situation. But a lot of people, if they step into a leadership role, when they're not a leader, there's like zero results. You know, like my mentor shared with me, he goes, Robert, listen, reach out to somebody. And if they're trying to get you involved in their company, or they're trying to get you to buy some training or a book or whatever, he says, simply ask them to show you their documentation. You know, documentation beats conversation. And one of the things that you got to do is you really got to understand that if someone's not willing to share with you how they're doing what they're doing. See, so there's two weird things that are happening in this world. Is first of all, there's a lot of posers, a lot of pretenders out there, a lot of people that, you know, say they know what they're doing because they can live in this facade that's available on social media. So you can portray that you really know what you're doing when you don't. You can actually get people to buy stuff from you when you really don't know what you're doing. And here's the funny thing is I've fallen into this multiple times. I mean, some people's marketing and their availability to understand how to, you know, introduce me to the things that I know that I'm having pain with, difficulty. So if the video starts out and says, are you trying to contact with people and it's not working? Are you trying to reach out there and, you know, connect with people on social media and it's not working? And you're like, oh my God, that's me. That's me. So they know how to identify with your pain. And then what they do is they have the solution. So they take you from pain to glory. Me and Matthew have paid millions of dollars learning the craft of marketing. And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't understand. So, we come off and believe that the way to make money is being a leader. Now, when I learned this stuff, my mentor, Bill Gould, he was not a pretender on this stuff. He would not only stuff his checks in my face every single month like clockwork, but he would always show everyone in his group his downline. There wasn't a video or a time that he got in front of us that he didn't show his documentation. So, in a nice way, I'm going to say this, is Bill, my mentor, and my other mentor in auto mechanics, Roger Penske, they would never miss a point to show us what a leader needed to do. Leaders lead by example. I'm telling you again, leaders lead by example. And so they were always showing me their back office. And it's like, it's easy to follow a leader when a leader is constantly walking their talk. So, you see them in their documentation and what they're doing. Me, I'm trying to build a race car, and Roger Penske is building a 2.5-mile oval race car track. I'm trying to build a race car and find money for a race car. This guy is building frickin' race car tracks. Little difference, right? So he's building 2.5-mile ovals that seat 90,000 people, like in Michigan and Fontana, California. And it's like, my God, you know what I mean? Now he owns the Indianapolis 500. So, the guy that was my first mentor is still, to this day, shoving his results down my throat. Now, that's the way I feel. That's not what he does. He's the most humblest guy in the world. But when I got into marketing, I like finding people that are documented. So we get in this place where a lot of people don't get this. They really teach this in martial arts, that you first got to learn to be an incredible follower. So the best leaders in the world are the best followers. Are you hearing me? So, they're very, very, very good followers. So you'll notice with me personally, again, a definition of a leader is there's not a place that I'm not edifying Josh Wago. There's not a place where I'm not edifying Jenna. But here's another thing. I edify the other leaders, right? So when Jefferson Santos comes in and he's a new person on the block and he's been in the industry for 15 years, made $15 million, has had a group of over what I don't remember, it's 2.6, 2.9 million people. My largest group was 758,000. So why wouldn't I tell people, hey, have you heard of this Jefferson Santos? No. Well, listen, he's made 15 million in the last 15 years. He's made the decision to, make MDC and High Life Travel his home. And he's had groups as large as, 2.9 million people. If you really, really, really watch people and watch who they edify, you're going to see that leaders are not intimidated by edifying and promoting other leaders. Another thing is everything that they do is open. You know what I mean? So everything they do, their groups, their presentations, their trainings, everything is wide open. They're not at the mindset of scarcity mentality where this is my people. This is my group. I got off a call with a couple of my leaders in Hungary. And there's now groups where people are fighting that, I don't want you talking to my people. Like slavery is still in existence. I'm the opposite. If I brought somebody in and they identified with Candace Bird Davis, if they identified with Tomas, or if they identified with some other leader that's not only in my group, but also in other people's groups, if they had identified with them and that leader is showing documentation, then why wouldn't I allow them to work with those people? And so you really, really, really got to understand what a leader is to identify a leader. And you also got to know if you want to be a leader. Now, my wife and I recently watched, and I ask each and every one of you, you know, I always am talking about things that I wish that you guys would watch. And one is called The Redeem Team. So, you know, I know that we don't have Craig on here, so we're going to have to, maybe Matt can do it for me if he's still watching. But the Redeem Team is that United States used to be known in basketball in the Olympics as being the dominators. They won. And then all of a sudden, they didn't. All of a sudden, they weren't even making it to the final round. And I told you that my wife and I watched the legacy of the Lakers, right? And when I say this, it'll blow people away because it blows me away. That when Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant were first drafted into the Lakers, that the first couple of years, they never made it to the finals. And the finals that they got to, the other team swept them, which means the best of 7 games, and the team that they were playing won all 4 games. So that's humiliating. That's, you know, if you're going to be in a competition with the best of the best, you want this to go to a 7th game, at least. Thank you so much, Matthew. And so what was unique is I didn't know that LeBron James had been in a previous Olympics and lost. And so again, this is leadership, right? And so the coaches didn't seem to be meshing right, just like in the legacy of the Lakers. You know, there's a different style. And I was like, Terry, oh my God, here's this guy named Brown again. And, you know, he's known as a great coach, but when he's around different styles, it doesn't mesh because it's my way or the highway. And you can't take a celebrity or a basketball player like a Michael Jordan or a Kobe Bryant or a Shaquille O'Neal. For those of you that don't know basketball, these are people that have won numerous world championships. But as soon as they got a coach, Phil Jackson, which by the way graduated from the same high school I did in Williston, North Dakota, so he's known as the Zen coach. And when he comes in, everything changes and people start winning world championships just from a different style of coaching. And so Phil Jackson is known as saying, hey, you know what? I don't need to tell these professional athletes how to be professional athletes. But I need to get them to figure out how to work together. How to work together. And so what was amazing about this Redeem Team is here these guys were practicing almost for a year, 2 years, 3 years, I don't know, but they're going to go into the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, China, and they're going to go for it. And then all of a sudden, they bring in Kobe Bryant. And when you hear all the people talk about Kobe Bryant, they're just like, man, this guy does not know how to have fun. He's serious, very, very serious. And so it talked about one thing that all of a sudden it shifted. So everyone had been working out hard and, you know, there's finally going to be a night off. And so all the players, you know, LeBron James and, you know, Wade and Anthony, and I'm trying to think of all these names that are just the best of the best. Why wouldn't you have the best of the best on the Olympic team, right? And they all go out and party. So they talk about they went to the nightclub and they had all fun and they all, you know, drank a little too much and blah, 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 blah. And they said they got back to the hotel, I believe around 4:30, 5 o'clock, and in the morning. And so as they're walking in, Kobe Bryant's in the lobby and he's just sweating from head to toe. And they're all walking up to him and they're going like, dude, what's wrong with you? And he says, oh, before practice, I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I'm in the gym working out before I do the workout. What? And it's fun to hear LeBron James and other people go, my God, man, this guy is a leader. See, all of them looked at themselves as being leaders of their own basketball team. But now you're around the best of the best. And Kobe was a little older than them. And so he's going, listen, I'm taking this serious. I'm not going to be known as one of the people that played for an Olympic team that didn't win gold. Do you know that he was saying this to people that have played in Olympics that didn't win gold? He goes, there's no way in hell that I'm going to represent the United States of America and not be the best of the best of the best that I can be. No way. And so they said they got up the next morning and LeBron at 4:30 in the morning was working out with Kobe. And then all of a sudden, some of the other players started working out. And even Anthony said, oh my God, I'm not getting up at 4:30 for anybody. But he did. And then one other thing. So it came down to, the team that they were going to lose against. I think it was last Olympics, it was Argentina. And now they're playing, Spain. And Paul Gasol is on the Lakers with Kobe. And they're the best of best friends. Best of best friends. And they go up to play, and Kobe walks up to LeBron James and all the leaders, on the team. And he says, I know what play they're going to play. I don't want you guys to be surprised, but I'm going to run through Paul Gasol's chest. I'm going to run right through the guy as hard as I can. And all of them are going, wait a minute. I thought this guy was your friend. I thought this was a guy that was your teammate on the Lakers. And he goes, not on this court. Not on this court. And they all went, he's not going to do that. And the play happened. As soon as the play happened, Kobe took a left, ran wide open, ran into his best friend, knocked him on his ass, and skid him across the court. And everyone looked and went, wow. And he said, every one of them went, man, now I have an example of what a true leader is. Now I can see an example of how hard he works, how serious he is, how much he does more than everybody else. He doesn't tell them, he shows them. He doesn't tell them, he shows them. Are you guys getting this? And when me and Terry, my wife, watched the legacy of the Lakers, and he gets in front of the whole crowd, right? Got his daughter sitting on his lap, and they go, so Kobe, what do you have to say? He goes, I got one more ring than Shaquille O'Neal. My God. I mean, so my point being is a lot of people are looking for leaders, and leaders are not people that need something to perform. Listen closely to this, because right now I'm wide open going after every leader that's in network marketing, every leader that's a leader, right? Because Josh is recruiting people that own network marketing companies. Josh is recruiting people that used to be coaches and network marketing gurus and trainers. I mean, Josh is on his A game. Josh, has brought 30,000 people into My Daily Choice in the last couple of months. Josh is leading by example. And there's going to be people that are going to talk about MDC. Oh my God, you should have seen what happened to MDC in September of 2022. The company shifted, went straight to the top, recruited the best of the best of the best. And some of you right now, listen to me when I say this, some of you right now, people are being recruited, and then I go to their page to add them as a friend, and then I click on the mutual friends, and some of you that are watching this video live and recorded, you're already a friend of theirs. You're already a friend of theirs. And you won't contact these people. That's mind-boggling to me. And the reason that you won't contact them is because you don't feel you're a leader. If you don't feel like you're a leader, you got to edify and promote someone who is. Listen, man, I need to be honest with you. I haven't made the income that I'm happy to share. But Robert Hollis is. He'll share it. You know, you need to take a better look at this. What could I say or do to get you to take a serious look at this? Because I'm doing 7, 8 trainings, presentations a day right now. And there's some of you that have known me for years that haven't figured out how to put a leader in front of me. See, some of you are not putting leaders in front of me. Some of you are putting nobody in front of me. And you're like, I just don't know how to do that. This business has always been magic when you edify and promote other people. When you promote and edify people, step back and be a follower until your income, until your rank advances, current rank advances, show that you're the leader. So I just thought I would tell you what a leader is, because I'm recruiting people right now that think they're leaders. There's people that are already in my group that think they're leaders. Be honest with yourself and look at your paycheck. Look at your back office. If you're not the kind of person that would if people asked you, hey, I'd like to see your back office. If you would be embarrassed to do that, then maybe you need to go back to be a follower for a while. Does that make sense? Because, like I said before, we have people that are stepping in this company and becoming 50Ks in 6 days. Why would a leader have me talking to their team? Because they understand leverage. They understand edification and promotion. So, if you're not a leader, you can become a leader by going back to be a follower and doing your very best to put people in front of people that are leaders. Prove to your group that you're going to step back and be a follower for a little while, because some of you are going to miss this wave and MDC, and you're going to want to kick your ass every day for missing this, because you want to do things your way. You want to do your things your way. Man, I can learn from anybody and still do. I'm still learning stuff from Josh. So that's why I pivot, right? I pivot because Josh is pivoting. I respect the guy. He's worth more than me. Why wouldn't I just drop everything I'm doing and just do what he's doing? Interesting thought, huh? So I wanted to do this video because right now I'm recruiting people, and when I bring them in the business, they're telling me that they know how to do this business and they're not getting any results. They're sucking like you would not believe. And you can't suck for a long time and not have to leave the business. Right? And so I'm watching these guys and they're going like, oh my God, if I only had this, and if only Josh would do this, and if I only could do that, and do this, and do this, and if I could get Josh and MDC to do this. And then you got other leaders that step in and they go, this is the most incredible opportunity I've ever seen in my life. I am going to put as many people in front of the videos that Josh did as quick and fast as I can. And then you got other people that are spending all their time not recruiting, not using Josh's videos, and just making their own. So, like I said before, wouldn't it be interested, whoever you're following, if you're not a leader, to say, hey, you know what? Let me see your back office. You know what? I'm a rep. You're not enticing me. I'm an affiliate at MDC. Show me what you've made for the last 90 days. And if they go, no, I'm not that kind of person. Every leader shows their documentation. The military wears them on their chest, on their stripes. See, in the military, in the police department, in the fire department, in the government, there's no one playing games. Zero games. Hey, you know what I think you should do? They look down, no medals. They look down, no stripes. You know, I'm not going to listen to you, private. I'm listening to the drill sergeant. Did you guys catch that? I'm listening to the drill sergeant. What does a drill sergeant do when a general walks by? Shut up! Yeah, there's some people where their egos are destroying their team and destroying their business because they... So, I think I made my point, right? I'll leave you with this. My mentor taught me this, all right? I never even thought about this, all right? I got one more minute. Got a Zoom to do. So back in the old days, when I was meeting with a leader, going to meet with a leader, I'd say, hey, before we start the meeting, I searched on my phone and I found out where the local bank is, ATM. And I said, why don't you and I go to the ATM? We'll put our card in, put our code in, and then we'll print out our availability. What in our account is available? And then when we sit down at the table, I'll give you my ATM available account, and you give me your availability account. And then we can have an honest discussion. And I'd have leaders go, I've never heard of that before. I said, great. So you want to stop by the ATM? And they're like, no. I've never had someone call me out like that. And I said, so when we go there, are you interested in getting these numbers? Or are you going to tell me about your numbers? No, I'm listening. I'm listening. And now we have online banking. Now we have an app where I can log right into my back office. See, in other industries, they show trophies. So while you're watching the legacy of the Lakers, there's not a picture they don't show where you see the 10 trophies behind them. You see 10 world championship trophies. I don't know if you guys seen my new deal here. Maybe I can do this up. Okay. Got to go the other way. You see this new thing setting up here? I found a box where I can put my championship rings in. So I not only have first place trophies, but now I got a plexiglass box to put my Super Bowl rings in, my 7-figure rings, my super affiliate rings. Those are just rings from MDC. Yeah. So time for me to take our group to the next level. I love and appreciate you. I got to jump on another Zoom. If no one's giving you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. I love and appreciate you. Do me a huge personal favor. You can go to roberthollis.com/free to get all my information. Check out my YouTube channel, Robert Hollis, youtube.com, Robert Hollis. Or what you could do is please do me a huge personal favor and share this video. If you humble yourself to go back in follow mode, the business will work for you. I promise. Love and appreciate you. Talk to you soon.